Hey guys, it's Matt and welcome to Mentorship Monday. Mentorship Monday is a segment on our YouTube channel that we put out every week, and it is an answer to real estate questions that are emailed to us at helpme@derosergroup.com. That is helpme@derosergroup.com. If you guys fire an email to that email address with a real estate question, we will answer it right here on the YouTube channel for you and for everyone else to hopefully learn something from our answers. So please do shoot an email to that if you have real estate questions, and watch every Monday we put out mentorship stuff for the answers to real estate questions. So today's question is coming from Mike from right here in New Jersey, from Hamilton, New Jersey. So Mike, thank you for reaching out to us. So Mike's got a really good question, and it's interesting. And what he has to say is, how can buy and hold real estate investors plan for and limit the impacts of vacancies? How can new investors or seasoned investors look to expand in new areas, determine appropriate vacancy rates when analyzing properties? I'm buying my first rental property, and my biggest concern at this moment is the unpredictable nature of vacancy. Mike, you are right, because the biggest way you lose money in real estate, and here's a few ifs, okay? If you buy the property right, if you properly project what expenses are going to look like, right? When I say buy it right, I mean buy it at the right price with the right analysis of a ratio between cash flow and rents and purchase price and all those things, and figure out the right projections for your property. If you get that right, the biggest cost is vacancy. We've had properties sit for months because we had them priced too high, or because we weren't marketing properly, or because any number of reasons, and vacancy will cost you a ton of money. It's just 1 month's rent is 1/8 of your potential revenue for the year. So if you are vacant for 2 months, that's 16% of your revenue gone. It's probably your cash flow for the year gone if you sit vacant for 2 months, by the way. And so you're correct. Vacancy is your biggest cost. So the best thing you can do, number one, is to put good income earning, rent paying people into your property. So make sure you screen your tenants the right way. That's the first way to avoid vacancy, is to put in good people that can afford the rent, right? You won't have to evict them, and they will stay in your property as long as you keep them happy for a long time. Okay, so if you end up with a vacancy, number one, make sure you screen the right people. And then a few things that we've actually looked into and we've tried to do ourselves is to offer tenants longer term leases. If they're good income earning people, then offer them longer leases, offer them a 24-month lease. I was actually meeting with an investor, a friend of mine, at an event a couple of nights ago, and he was looking to offer a 5-year lease. Now, the tenants have to have good credit, good income, all the other things that he checks for have to come up, like eviction history, criminal, that kind of thing. All that has to meet his standards for that. And if they do meet his standards for that, then he'll offer them a 5-year lease. And here's why a tenant would sign a 5-year lease. He says, I will not increase your rent for 5 years. Now he charges a little more in his neighborhood. The rent was $1,200. He was going to put it out there at $1,300, excuse me, $100 more than what the market rent was, but he was going to guarantee the rent for 5 years. That's a pretty good deal. And just if you've got a good tenant and you're going to fix their living costs for 5 years straight like that, that's a pretty good deal for them. So consider things like that. Consider longer term leases. Make sure that you screen your tenants really well before they come in the door. And then if you do end up with a vacancy, you offer longer term leases, and you can also look for like move-in specials and really up your marketing game if you do have a vacancy, to make sure that it's on everybody's radar, and use things like Craigslist, and make sure that you're using something like Postlets to push the property out to Zillow and or Trulia and stuff like that. So make sure you get noticed, and that you can get those good people to get screened into your door. So that's a bunch of stuff you can do about vacancies, but Mike, you are correct. Vacancies are the biggest loser for real estate if it's a properly vetted piece of property. So Mike, thank you for asking this question. I hope I see you at a future Real Estate Investors Networking event, by the way. I have to say this because for those of you that are in Central Jersey like we are, make sure you come and check out South Jersey Real Estate Investors. I run an event in Princeton. Mike, I better see you there. You better come up and say hi. And for those of you that are on the YouTube page that are in New Jersey, you can look and I say I've done you can end up on the YouTube channel, by the way, if you come up and meet me locally in New Jersey. I'll shoot a quick YouTube video with you, and we'll post it on the page. It'll be fun. Make sure you say hello. So Mike, thank you for your question. For all you other folks out there that are not in Central New Jersey, thank you for watching, and make sure you send an email to helpme@derosagroup.com. That's helpme@derosagroup.com with your real estate questions. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you, Mike, and make sure you guys have a great and profitable week.